Donkey Creek Park runs on the northwestern extremity of Gig Harbor, Washington, and earned its name not from a wayward or stubborn animal, but the donkey engine that loggers use to transport timber downstream to lumber mills. Charles Osgood Austin arrived in Gig Harbor from New Hampshire in 1909. His wife and children waited for him in Maltby, Washington, as he sought an ideal location for his milling operation. He located a preferential site on a low portion of land that stretched out near the mouth of Burnham Creek. That point is currently called the Austin Estuary and follows the contours of a swerve on Harborview Drive that traces the southwestern border of the water body called Gig Harbor. Austin leased the land from the Novak family, who owned the property, and constructed a critical community business. Austin's lumber mill produced moldings, fruit boxes, dock timbers, and shingles. The vertically cut timber logs milled for log cabin constructions was Austin's personal design and development. Reportedly, at least 6 standing City of Gig Harbor structures still retain this vertical styling element. Austin became a major employer within the community, whose residents often labored simultaneously in ranching. Some of his younger workers attended college at the same time. He would purchase logs from local contractors and booms towed over from nearby Tacoma. His advertisements in the Gig Harbor Weekly solicited alder logs, which he paid $12 per thousand. Charles Austin died tragically while milling logs during December 1946. At the time, he had served on the Gig Harbor City Council for only 6 months. All local businesses remained closed for 2 hours during his funeral service. The business lay idle for several months until John Galbraith purchased it. He had been the mayor of Eatonville, Washington for 27 years before moving to Rosedale and operating several Gig Harbor-based businesses. He would close the mill in 1950, and the Peninsula Light Company would purchase the land. The estuary would become the site of the Gig Harbor History Museum, designed to inspire curiosity about local history and cultural traditions. Established in 1964, the Gig Harbor Peninsula Historical Society was awarded tax-exempt status and began operating a museum in 1976. During 2010, the current museum complex opened adjacent to the existing estuary, financed by a major family grant. The facility includes an 1893 restored one-room schoolhouse, 65-foot fishing vessel currently under restoration, 7,000 square feet of exhibition space, and a 900 square foot library, research, and meeting room. Nearby, towering 15 feet in height, overlooking the estuary and harbor, is a carved cedar sculpture entitled "Our Fisherman, Our Guardian," depicting a Native American holding a sizable salmon flanked by a canoe on each extremity. Quinault Nation artist Guy Kappelman carved the work with his son to honor the original inhabitants of Gig Harbor, the Puyallup tribe. Across the street from the museum, the former sawmill building would enjoy its own unconventional reincarnation. It would become transferred during 1971 into the Beach Basket store. Before the transfer, Charles Austin's family had lived in homes adjacent to the sawmill. The Beach Basket store still houses the sawing table that contributed towards Austin's untimely demise. It currently supports a display table covered by blankets exhibiting retail goods for sale. A log cutter is on display in the exterior on the porch to the left side of the front door. 2 additional prime examples of posthumous Charles Austin vertical log cutting handiwork are evidenced by the restroom at the Donkey Creek Park and the former St. John's Episcopal Church that was donated the lumber by John Galbraith. The residence, located at 3918 Fuller Street, would become half of the inspiration for my book, Residential Reincarnation, Western Washington.